Family-friendly movies always have a happy ending, but what if they were traumatizing instead? In this video, I'm turning famous kid movie posters into horror movies, starting with Toy Story, a happy family-friendly movie with toys that come to life. Isn't that the same trope as every single horror movies out there? Well, what if Woody attacked Andy in his sleep like a proper haunted toy? First, I'll make our canvas very dark, and then we can import Woody. I'll cut him out, and we have to scale him up a little bit as well. I looked up some iconic horror posters, and the common elements seem to be desaturated, dark silhouettes with fairly simple compositions. For Toy Story, I think it would make sense to draw inspiration from Chucky, like this poster for example. I don't like this posture, so let's invert his arms.
Yeah, boy.
And I'll also bend this one. Because of this, a part of his lower body is missing, so I'll duplicate this side and try to fill the gap. And we can finally give him a knife. Let's warp the fingers around the handle and give them a little shadow. Woody looks way too bright and friendly, so let's fix it by painting some shadows. Well, more like a lot of shadows. And then we can add a red highlight to make him look even more menacing. I wrote Toy Story with scary fonts, and the final touch is a camera filter. Monster Inc. is a movie about monsters realizing they would rather make children laugh than scare them. Mike isn't a scare in the movie, but let's be honest, if this thing was standing outside your window, it would be scary. First, I imported this 3D render of a window and a wall, and I gave it a lot of perspective warping. I want to make a bedroom composition, like if the camera was hiding behind the bed, seeing a monster at the window. I tried to warp a bed image I found, but it was a complete disaster. If I want to match the perspective with the wall, I need a 3D bed. I took a few angles of this one, cut it out, and made the borders white. Now this looks like daytime, so let's make it a lot darker and a lot cooler. Let's cut out the window and import Mike. I'll replace his mouse to make him scarier. Now we can place him outside the window, and we're gonna need to color match him to everything else. I actually really like the Monster Inc. logo, so I'll keep this text and simply change the color. At last, let's give it a camera filter to enhance the color and shadows. And now for the one we've all been waiting for. Ratatouille is a movie about a rat helping a future chef to cook. And there are so many things that could go wrong. Just imagine Remy pulling all of Linguini's hair out or controlling him for evil purposes. Let's import Linguini and cut him out. Now we can realize that the angle isn't right and delete it. I got this other image from the movie and I cut out his body manually. I also have this frame from the movie and I'll cut out his head. Then I'll combine the two together.
Nice job, team.
If Remy pulled all of his hair out, he has to be bald. I got this AI-generated image of a Pixar-style bald man. I got rid of the hair and blended it in. The ears are looking a little funky, so I'll fix them with the stem tool. I want to add some remaining hair to show that they were pulled out. That should be easy enough. My first attempt was garbage, so I made a color palette to pretend I knew what I was doing, and instantly gave up and cut out Remy instead. Then I tried to cut out strands of hair from actual photos, and it looked like trash. It was starting to feel like I bit more than I could chew. But that's when I remembered the brush I used for Snorlax in my realistic Pokemon video. Turns out, it works pretty well for this cartoonish hair. The strands of hair also finally got to be useful, as I put them in Remy's hand. And things were looking pretty good. A little too good actually. This guy seems way too happy, so let's turn that smile upside down. Literally. Now let's import the kitchen background, and it's a whole lot of shadow time. Finally, let's write Ratatouille in a spooky font, and give it a nice camera filter. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to ruin your childhood even further by watching me make cartoons realistic.